Good morning. Today I'm going to cover the self-assessment report for National Board of Accreditation based on January 2013 version ENBA. Details of all these things are available on NBA site www.nbaind.org. This is the third part today that I'm going to cover. It is a generic walkthrough and summary of 2013 SAR. SAR stands for Self-Assessment Report. It is a generic walkthrough. Let's try to look into what is an accreditation. Accreditation is seen as both a status and a process. It is a status for an institution, for a program, and is also seen as a collection of different process in the institution. So hereafter we'll try to look institution as a collection of different process, and we'll try to see what kind of input that we give, what kind of an output is generated by different process, how well the process is defined, how it is refined, and all these things. Types of accreditation. As we know, the accreditation in India, we have two types of accreditation. One is institutional accreditation, that is NAC, National Assessment and Accreditation. The other one is the program accreditation. The program here, what we mean is B computer science engineering is a program, B electronics is a program, B mechanical engineering is a program. So these are all programs run in a particular department. Department may run several programs, right? Multiple departments exist in a given institution. Significance of program accreditation. At national level, it can be seen as students and parents to select the institution and the program offered by them for admission, employer in deciding about recruitment of graduates, institutions in deciding about accepting the transfer of students from other institution as a prerequisite to seek approvals and grants in certain cases. At international level, acceptability of academic qualification, mobility of students for pursuing higher studies and employment in other countries, registration of professionals abroad where required by law. Now let's try to have a look into the input-output based accreditation. Till now we were going through all these things and how the outcome-based accreditation is different from this. Input and output based accreditation, the focus is on input and output like infrastructure, facilities, resources, administrative practices, success rate of the students, etc. Whereas outcome based accreditation focuses on outcomes like course outcome, program outcome. Basis is whether the outcomes conform to vision and mission of the institution and the program educational objectives of a particular program. So outcome based education based accreditation, the importance is on defining the course outcome, program educational objectives, and attainment of all these things. What are the outcomes? The outcomes like competency, skill, knowledge, proficiency a student is expected to get at the time of graduation out of the program. This is the most important thing. How outcomes are arrived, taking into consideration of program specific criteria, graduate attributes, vision and mission, program educational objectives. The accreditation criteria, there are many like vision, mission and POs, program outcomes, program curriculum, student performance, faculty contribution, facilities and technical support, academic support units and teaching learning process, governance, institutional support and financial resources, continuous improvement. These are the different criteria which we look into. The parameter for accreditation, this is what we call as a graduate attributes. Every graduate is supposed to have these properties or the qualities with them: engineering knowledge, problem analysis capability, design development of solutions capability, conduct investigations of complex problems, modern tool usage, the engineer and the society, the environment and sustainability, ethics, individual and teamwork, communication, project management and finance, lifelong learning. The details can be seen in NBA manuals available in their site www.nbaind.org. Eligibility criteria for accreditation. The program of the institution shall be declared eligible for accreditation process provided the institution and its program are AICTE approved. At least 2 batches of the program should have passed out. Requirements for accreditation. This is the old one. For 5 years, minimum score of 750 in aggregate out of 1000 points with a minimum score of 60% in each criteria. For 2 years, minimum score of 600 in aggregate for tier 2 only. Not accredited less than 750 in aggregate out of 1000 points or less than 60% in any criteria. Now these requirement for accreditation has been changed. You need to refer the NBS site regularly and see the changes and all. Any of that we are going to cover here. Registration fees for accreditation 1 lakh. Accreditation fees, it depends on the number of programs to be accredited. Institute can apply maximum for 5 programs of a particular discipline through one application. 1 program 5 lakhs, 2 7 lakh, 3 9 lakh, 4 11 lakh, 5 13 lakh. Appeal fee amount is Rs rupees 1,50,000 per program. Service tax applicable at the rate of 12.36%. Anyhow, you refer this regularly keep on changing and all. You can refer the NBA website for details. Accreditation. There are 2 categories here. Tier 1 technical programs offered by IITs, IISs, NITs, state universities, private universities, deemed to be universities, institutions declared as autonomous, autonomous government colleges, autonomous government aided colleges, autonomous private self-financing colleges. Tier 1. Tier 2 technical programs offered by government colleges, government aided colleges, private and self-financing colleges, affiliated colleges, right, come under this particular category. The difference here is, right, they have the same set of criteria prescribed for accreditation, but okay, outcome based education is more focused in tier 1 and the focus is little reduced in tier 2. Rest all things remain same. Now we'll try to look into certain assessment factors which are important. One is outcome of education provided, the most important thing. Quality assurance process that is introduced in a program and including the internal reviews, how frequently, how well you are doing the reviews and how this review outcomes are taken in revising the process. Assessment, how do you assess the outcome of declared for a program, for a course? And there are many other things like activities and the work of student, entry standards, motivation, qualification, infrastructure, laboratory, library, industry, organization. All these things remain same as compared to a previous accreditation process. Now again, meeting with the head of the institution, head of the department, member of the management, faculty members, alumni, students, parents, right? They become an important during the accreditation process. Availability of the following exhibits. One is assessment of course outcome, reports on this. Program effectiveness is the most another important thing. This is particularly more important for autonomous institution. Sample test semester examination question paper of all the courses. Please note here that question paper based on the course outcome defined and its attainments are very important thing. Quality of question paper decides the quality of the all academic activities in a given program. The other things which are important is assessment tool for a course outcome and program outcome. Evidence, definition of assessment tool, use of assessment tool, its effectiveness, its improvement, all these things are seen here. Result of the quality assurance review, how it is being used. This is again the most important thing. Record of academic support and other learning activities. Other learning activities, you can look into the in-class learning activities, out-of-class learning activities. They also play a very important role. Now, let's try to look into the how exactly the evaluation is being done. See, there are many criteria defined by NBA. Every criteria is seen in terms of it is compliant, it is non-compliant. In non-compliant or non-compliance, we find that one two levels. One is weakness, other one is deficiency. In case of a compliance, it's a without concern and is a with concern. Looking into these four levels, that they are without concern, with concern as far as the compliance is concerned, weakness and deficiency as far as the non-compliance is concerned. There are three, okay, the accreditation tags given for any institution. One of the three. First one is full accreditation of the program for 5 years. If there is no deficiency or weakness in any of the criteria laid down by the NBA and concern is not more than two criteria. In that case, it is the full accreditation of the program for 5 years. The accreditation of the program may be considered after the 3 months provided in case there is no deficiency and weakness in not more than two criteria in a program that may be overcome within a short period of 3 months. The institution may be given a 3 months time to rectify the same and they may get for this. Provisional accreditation of the program for 2 years in case the program under consideration has a deficiency in no more than two criteria and has full compliance in not less than three criteria laid down by NBA. No accreditation of the program if the program has a deficiency in more than two criteria laid down by NBA. It may not be recommended by the committees. SAR self-assessment report in NBA document. SAR has two parts. The part 1 seeks institutional department generic information. Part 2 seek information on all the 9 criteria of NBA accreditation, which already we have seen. How to prepare for self-assessment report? It is a listing of PAs, very important thing. How did we form a PO? What are the objectives in this? Who are all participated, right? Whether it includes everything. Is it a complete sufficient for a particular program? Similarly, for listing of POs need to be aligned with the mission and vision of the institution. How well it is aligned? Each course need to have all well-defined course objectives and course outcomes. Program outcome must match, contribute to the defined graduate attributes. What evaluation and measurement tool have been used by the institution to assess that the course outcomes, program education objectives and program outcomes are achieved. So these are all the most important thing which we need to look into before preparing SAR. SAR is not the form filling, though it looks like a form filling here and there. No, it is defining the process properly, following that process, and the footprints, the data generated from following those process is to be taken and used in preparing SAR. There are certain do's and don'ts. Let's try to look into that. SAR must be concise, pointed, adequate in length, one side of the paper, double spacing, use font 12 times New Roman with at least 1 inch margin on all sides, structural details, fine. Appendices with the charts, graphics and visuals wherever applicable. Provide a relevant data for the past 3 years unless specified otherwise in the respective program manual. Here are certain tips for filling SAR. SAR is not form filling. Many times, many people say, look at that, it is a history of the department. This is the format that is given by NBA. People try to fill here as it is. Please don't do that. Suppose assume that in your department, in your program of study, okay, there are in your institution, you don't have a MCA, then many people they keep it as it is MCA dot 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 and all. Please try to avoid it. Rather, the same information you can structure it properly, which looks better, gives a good feeling to the reader. Okay, something like this. History of the department. You can structure it so that a good feeling can be given, completeness, sufficiency as far as the data is concerned. Now look at the another entry, college, institution, university, name and address. Simply writing in a haphazard way is not acceptable. Okay, structure it. See here, name and address of the department. It should be complete and sufficient so that the external agency can talk to you through these links. Here is another okay very important tips as far as the budget okay entry in SAR is concerned. Now here look at that, budgeted in CFY, people keep it as it is. Actual expense in CFY, they keep it as it is, right? Here we'll see that one. What is the best way of writing this thing? And items in this laboratory equipment, software purchase, this is a okay indicative in nature. Whatever that is applicable, you write it here. Whatever not applicable, simply leave it. So for example, right, travel, if it is not applicable, some people they keep preserve this and put the dots here. Don't do that. If this is not applicable in your budget, simply remove that one. If anything new is applicable here, please add a row in this and see that this is a complete and sufficient as far as the accreditation process is concerned. Here is an example. See, here is just an example, right? So please write what is a CFY, right? What is a CFY minus 1 here like this. And also here include only those items which are applicable to your program. Rest all things you remove it. Now look at that. This is one more entry. Mention the process for defining the vision and mission of the department. So whenever you have a process, okay, you please write in terms of steps 1, 2, 3, entry, exit, or indicate through the flow chart, activity chart, workflow. So one of these things you try to use it in defining the process. Here is an example, right? So here we have shown some process. What exactly the process, its correctness, let's not look into that. Rather than representing, how do we represent it? Activity chart for the process of preparing the vision and mission for the department. So we have seen that these are the swim lanes we use. One is conceptualization level, other one is realization level, third one is presentation level. So here we begin, right? Change request, you need to mention the various data source for that. Okay, what are the change request, who initiated, why you felt that there is a change required. It goes to the department undergraduate committee. You may be having different committees which form, it is a committee internal which formulates a vision and mission looking into various data source. We'll see what are the different data source for this. Then once the formulate, that one request goes to the board of studies for approval, because this is the academic body, the highest body that we see. Then whatever that is being formed, it goes to the academic council for the approval, right? So from every level there may be the approval okay report, you get it, or the change request may be initiated, or the revision, whatever that is there. This is how it goes. Once is approved by academic council BOS, right, it is inducted into the practice. Induct the concept in the system as a process and apply, right, and continuously see that one these things are put into practice. Then continue doing what you are and make sure, this is the very important thing, right? And wherever it is required, self-tracking through that one. Whenever report is required, you generate the report, and whenever there is you feel that there is a change that is required, right, again the change request gets into and this is being initiated. Here DOGC stands for Department Undergraduate Committee, BOS Board of Studies, Academic Council AC, V is for the vision, M is for the mission. Now look into, for this we have used a term called data source. For any process you have a data source which provide a data for that. So here a vision, mission of the institution, the basic philosophy of the institution, null existence and objectives, curriculum guidelines, right, market trend analysis, semester closing reports, and many other things that you can include while creating this. They are all become data source. The most important thing while preparing SAR is you write all these things in the main form, rest all the details you try to put it as an annexure. Attach a proceeding of the latest meeting showing all the instances of this. That gives a confidence for the readers on the report, whatever that you have created. Here's a look at the other one. Justify the academic factors involved in achievement of POs. Please remember that the POs are nothing but a professional accomplishment, career and professional accomplishment. At many places, people have misunderstood that it is to be seen after they graduate, 4 or 5 years after their graduations and all. It is true, right? And also you can see that one, what all the different factors, components that you have designed in your curriculum which prepare the students for achievement of BPO. When I look at this particular 1.3.1, it seems that attainment of the PO can be done at two different levels. One is external, that means go to the market, go to the industries where your students are employed, see that one what they are doing, at what level they are there, collect the feedback, and thereby you try to measure PO. This is the most important thing. Other indirect way of doing this is try to measure the POs through the link PO to PO mapping, PO to CO mapping. This is the other link, right? The attainment, whatever you measure, indirectly shows that one, the achievement of the PO, the factors involved in achievement of PO and all. How do we represent it? First, here it is important to define academic factor. See, here is one snapshot. You may follow this or you may follow the one best you think. I call the different curricular component as a CC1, CC2, CC3, etc. Under each component, we will see what are the components. I write a different course IDs and I give a snapshot of this against each PU. Then what I do is I define the various curricular component. A curricular component one is theory core, theory elective, laboratory, field industrial visit, seminar, project, independent study, self-learning component, computation, design, computation, innovation. There are n number of things you can add which you call them as curricular component. Here is one example. Under theory core, right, the specific important noteworthy academic features, factors I highlighted here. So for example, CS 355. Like this, all subject you need to list here. So look at that. Facilitation for abstract thinking, that is teaching learning focusing on the concept of learn how to learn in analyzing real life scenario and development of solution is a noteworthy academic factor. Assessment based on application of knowledge acquired in a classroom to solve real life problems. This is the most important thing. Are the student ready for the industry? Are the student ready for abstract thinking? Do they apply their knowledge, whatever they got in the class, in solving a problem? That I need to look into. So the question papers are different here. The third one is self-learning of industry popular tools to solve any real-life problem scenario. Open book test. There are many things that you put it here, right? Under the title, special noteworthy academic factors, features of the component. These properties, through this particular course, through this academic curricular component, right? I am just looking into how do I prepare my student for program educational objectives. I go back here. Academic factors involved in the achievement of PEO. So like this, there are different curricular components contributing towards achievement of POs. I need to present it, right? So this is the one concept, the best one which you which suits for your program, you do it. Now look at that. Explain how the administrative system helps in ensuring achievement of POs. The format, right here, administrative system in ensuring the achievement of PO. Committee name, the responsibilities you define, whatever that is there. Do not go by the contents, what is being shown here. Give a structure and also date of recent meeting held, you give it, and refer that, give the details of that meeting as an annexure. Again, this will strengthen your claim about the truly the how exactly the process being defined and how exactly is being effectively efficiently is being practiced. Now here look into that. Indicate the tools and the process used in the assessment of achievement of PO. I will take you through all these things, okay, in the next few slides. Okay, wait for that. Now when I talk about the tools, I'll go through the actual tool, but now let's try to look into the kind of tools which I propose. Tools and the process used in the assessment of achievement of PO. You can write something, a statement like this in your SAR in a main form. Details, you put it in an annexure. DUGC, Department Undergraduate Committee, or some other committee which is responsible, highest committee in the department, has identified two main processes for the assessment of achievement of PO defined for this program and are as below. One is internal indirect measure, measurement of course learning outcome as an indirect measure to ensure that students are ready to take task upon graduation to claim career and professional accomplishment. This is done through measurement of attainment of COs mapped to POs through POs for all the courses of the program. You can very well give an annexure so and so for the detailed process and the snapshot of measurement of attainment of COs. Always this will strengthen your claim for accreditation, right? The other one is external direct measure. The measurement of POs through career and professional accomplishment is done by gathering a data through various tools like traditional handwritten form filling, emails, Google Docs, and direct interaction with various people from different categories that you have identified. Few of them are from graduate survey directly, from employer survey, from industrial advisory committee, and many things, right? The more the better. So and attach as a snapshot of external direct, okay, measurement. The external I referred as a direct measurement for PO, and internal whatever that we do I call it as a indirect measurements and all. The measurement of attainment of POs, right? It is done through the examination process that what we do, the questions that we set in the question paper and the level at which these questions are set and its attainment. So measurement of attainment of PO is done in this way. Questions in QP question paper based on course learning outcome, result analysis as a direct measurement of attainment of POs, feedback of external examiners for laboratory, feedback of company personnel who interviewed the students, feedback from the trainer who trained, the guest, who evaluated the students during the various technical competitions and other activities. So here question paper plays a very important role in measuring attainment of POs. Data collection process for any of these things is through the software tools like Google Docs or traditional paper pencil methods, whatever that is there. If you use technology, it is better, it is easy, it is comfortable, quickly you can generate different reports and all. In the absence of that, not an issue. Okay, with the paper pencil method, you can go ahead with this. Now look at that, illustrate how the course outcomes contribute to POs. Here I'm showing the two things. One is what right now we are following it. As a part of the syllabus for every course, we write course outcome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this it goes. And one of the things that I'm showing here, analyze given any problem scenario and identify classes, objects, their properties and associations. And here I'm giving a mapping. This particular course outcome contribute to the program outcome C and E. Now assume that I have defined 11 program outcome, then initially I called it as a strength of correlation as 2 out of 11. It means that this particular course outcome maps to contribute to 2 of the 11 total or 12 or 13 whatever it is program outcome defined. 2 bar 11 is a strength of correlation we see. This is one thing. You can further enhance this by attaching the weightage for that. Weightage may be something human readable kind of things like a strong, average, some, no contribution, or it can be numerical things. You can identify some of the methodology, right, and go out with this. Now illustrate how the course outcomes contribute to POs. Now here is one example that I would like to quote. Course in the program at glance. Now here is a sample I'm giving it. Consider a fifth semester course code so and so database management system, an example. Here I'll put a tick mark. This is how this particular right course contribute to different program outcome. I also list the different course learning outcome defined in this subject, and in the bracket I'll put it right how, okay, which course outcome are mapped to which program outcome and all other things. This is one format. You can follow the other format. Don't go by the contents defined here, because this is a snapshot of the old format, 2 years old format which we have taken. Now it is a revised one. It's up to you. Now I'd like to show you the different format that's being used. Attainment of POs indirect way, right? So here is a one Google Doc that which we have created, right, and make it available to all the people, external people, right, and collect their details. It's available on SDMCT college website under the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. You can have a look into that. So look at that, 8K. Now here I'll take you through one example, right here. Ability to apply knowledge of mathematics, science and engineering. About the students you examined, levels is 1 to 5. 1 is not applicable, 5 is an excellent. You take it, right? So like this, all the POs are written here, and whoever, maybe it is a company people who come for the placement, or it could be any external people, right? Anybody, any external to that particular course, whatever that is there, we submit this and ask them to evaluate, so that the results are available in Excel sheet and beautiful summary of all these things we get it. So use of the Google Doc helps you in doing all these things. Similarly, graduate survey, it's a very simple thing. Initially we created a complex things, and people expressed, people who are working, alumni who are working in the industry, they said they don't have a time to fill details of that. So we have made it very simple. Who are you, which will you belong to, and also the details like admission to higher education and completion, joining any organization, okay, you taking any great assignment in your organization, you completing a project, any awards, anything that is there, simple box, you put it and submit it. Thereby we will manually try to map with our POs and other things, and all we do it. This is what has been created. The other very important thing, right, which computer science and engineering department is following and created by computer science engineering and given to all other departments to follow, is a semester closing report. Here is a one example. Here contents are not true, it is manipulated, right? Don't go by contents. It is just an indicative in nature. Do not try to interpret any data that's been given in this. There, for the sake of simply filling, it has been given. Semester closing report, the purpose is, after the course teacher complete a particular course, he has to fill all these things, which will be used as one of the major data source in doing the revision of the course. It is also being used as a report for attainment of course outcome, and is being used by the program department to evaluate the program outcome at the program levels. Different parts of this I'll show to you. Here, details like which course, duration, department, syllabus coverage, how many classes have been taken, right, who is that, division, semester, topics not covered if any reasons, and recommendation for deletion of the syllabus, recommendation for additional addition to the syllabus and all. This serve as a input. This serve as an input to Board of Studies, DUGC, right, for all other things to add it here. and general information, whatever that is there, you can put it here, which will be used by the department. Then we have course attainment analysis, cat 1. Here we every entry here done is are of two terms. One is support. It is a ratio of number of students who according to you written the answer to this question and to the total number of students appeared in the examination multiplied by 100. Similarly, how many attempted correctly those questions, right? And question number 1, it has a mapping to CO number 1 and 4, and 104, okay, is the number of students attended, right? Okay, and correctly attempt is, okay, 4. Using this parameter we calculate this and we take a summary of this. Like this we do it for cat 1, cat 2, cat 3, and after this we try to come out with, right, different cats and average of all these things. We will take it here and we'll see that when this is the attainment of the program outcome through this particular course. So different courses contribute to different program outcome. All those things are taken and summarized at the program's level. Then there are certain inference we draw. I'll quickly move. Then we have a result analysis. These are all indicative. Don't go by these things. They are not the true things. Detained list, program educational objectives, program outcomes. You have syllabus also. Right here, the course syllabus content, its objectives. Then you have course outcomes. Then contents, prerequisite. Then you have additional content beyond the syllabus if at all you want to do this thing, and the books. Then we have a question paper also. In the question paper, see, look at that. What is that? I would like to bring this to your attention. See here, course number 1, it is designed based on the course outcome number 1 and 4, and we give a questions like this, right? Then see the another question which make the student to ready for industry, think, work on that. Here is a small scenario we give, and the question it goes like this. Extend the diagram for the following observations. The copy machine does not work quite right. When it jams, the operator must first remove the jammed paper and then turn the machine off and on before it will operate correctly again. If the machine is turned off and on without removing the offending paper, the machine stays jammed. This is what is required. So we wanted this change to be done in this particular, okay, the state diagram. So students have to understand the situations, apply their knowledge of state diagram, right, and do the changes in this, right? So the quality of question paper which makes the student to think, apply their knowledge to solve any problem that is given in hand is the most important thing. So the semester closing report contains all the question papers. Question paper 1, cat 1, cat 2, cat 3. Then we also ask the course teacher, year planner, your contribution to the department outside this, okay, whatever the course is there, that also how much you have completed, how many are in process, how many yet to be done, everything will try to know that. So he or she, how they are contributing to administrative contribution, okay, in the department or institution. This is a worksheet that we use for, okay, evaluation of all the answer booklet, and this is used for arriving at support and confidence in CLO matrix. So this is the content of the semester closing report we use. The last part of this generic walkthrough is different criteria and how they are going to evaluate. Now here I'll take you through one example. So consider the criteria. Administrative system should be in place to monitor the process of attainment of PUs. Here there are four different levels, a kind of rubric nicely developed by NBA and given without concern, with concern, weakness, deficiency. Look into that. Administrative system is in place, is a functional, is efficient, right? That means no concern at all. Now here look at that. It is in place, functional, but it is not efficient at all, right? Then with concern. Not functional, not efficient is weakness. Not in place at all is deficiency. So every criteria like this, clearly the NBA people have given, we need to look into these things which helps us to prepare ourselves, the different process, its effectiveness, its efficiency, right? and and the footprints of all this process helps us to prepare SAR. Please understand that SAR is not the form filling. It is defining the process, it is making use of that process and effectively utilizing that process. This is the very important thing. So you people can go through this, understand before filling the forms. So like this, there are many details available in the website evaluation guidelines that's given for all criteria. Like this, I will take you through this quickly. Right, see, this is criteria number one. Under that, sub criteria for all the things they are defined in four levels: compliance without concern, compliance with concern, non-compliance with weakness, non-compliance with a deficiency. So different criteria that is given in NBA website. It's available in manual. You can go through all criteria. Understanding these four different levels of evaluation is the most important thing. And based on how much you comply, you will be given either 5 years or 2 years or no accreditation. So please refer the NBA website for the details and all. With this, we come to the end of a generic walkthrough and summary of 2013 SAR. SAR details are available in NBA website. You can go through the details of all those things. Here, it's based on, it is a tier 1 based on 2000 January 2013 version. Part A, institutional related things. Part B, it is a departmental information. Here is the one which I was talking, right? Many people have seen that one. If a MC is not there, simply they keep a dot 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 here and they leave it. You can structure this properly, which looks better for the reader. Quickly, I'll take you through all these things. It is available in NBA website. You can get into. At many places you find that it is a form filling, but at some places it is very important. It is not a form filling. It's defining the process and then working on that. Calculations are there. If at all there are some mistakes in the formula and all, identify that one. Do the corrections for that. In earlier version of this SAR, we found that there are many mistakes. There were many mistakes. Here also check it. And always refer to the NBA website for the current version which is to be followed. So this is available in college webs, I mean NBA website. Please refer it. With this, we come to the end of the third part, a generic walkthrough. For any details, I'm available here on 944891530. You can interact with me. Thank you.